Hi everyone, I'm Evangeline right here at eTrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the Andersen Hitches Rapid Hitch 2-ball mount with the greaseless caps and the 4-inch rise and drop. Since every trailering situation is a little different with different trucks, different trailers, we're going to be focusing on how this ball mount fits on our 2017 Chevrolet Silverado 2500. Now this is going to be the 4-inch rise drop version, which is going to be the smallest of our aluminum rapid hitch ball mount line, which is helpful if you don't need that much of a rise or that much of a drop, but you still like the versatility and the quickness of adjustments that you get with this specific ball mount. Now some things I like to talk about is just like, what options do you get with this? In our highest rise, and we measure that at the base of the ball mount to the ground, that's going to be 25 inches. So you go over to your trailer, measure from the coupler to the ground, and that will help you figure out what rise or drop you may need to match up for a more level towing experience. The rise, when it comes to the truck though, I measure at the top of the ball mount to the ground. That measures at 28 inches. That's an important measurement if you want to know if you can lower your tailgate with this ball mount attached. So bringing this down, you can see plenty of clearance. I have about, 4 inches, maybe 4.5 if we go into that handle here of space from the top of the ball to our handle. So bringing this back up, we can see this definitely clears if you were to have it in the rise position. This will also clear on some of the taller ball mounts, like we used this on the 6-inch earlier today, and that worked. Now if I needed to adjust, I can just pull the clip over here, pull this pin, holding the ball mount. We can adjust this up, down, or even take this off. So since this ball mount does not stow in the stowed position, you can just take the whole base off, toss this into your truck since it's so lightweight, and then you'll have much less space that this takes up. Now if you needed to, you can always move this over to the drop position. So taking out our pin, which by the way is not included with our ball mount, we can pick which of these holes we needed to use depending on the clearance needed away from the truck. Bringing this back into the furthest in position, we're going to put our hitch pin back in. I'm using the locking hitch pin from eTrailer, and I'm going to lock this up later with our key. Now we can measure our ball mount. So this is a 2-ball mount. If I needed to, I could switch this around. I sometimes just switch the whole system over. Let's go over to the 2-inch edition now. Put this pin back in, and we're gonna go to our lowest drop. So really the only thing that I get confused by is making sure this pin is lined up with the grooves in the shank. Always make sure to put the clip in. So this pin and clip is included that connects to the ball mount to the shank. Again, what's not included is going to be the hitch pin and clip connecting the ball mount to your vehicle's hitch receiver. All right, so here for our lowest drop, we can measure for the drop, and that's going to be 18 inches off the ground. From the bottom of the ball to the ground, that's going to be 12 inches of clearance, and that's something to be mindful of when you're going over speed bumps, over potholes, things like that. You have plenty of clearance here, so I'm not worried about it. So the important things are, when you are looking at a ball mount for your truck, is just what that experience is going to be like. As you saw, it was pretty simple to just flip the ball mount around to attach that base, to take the whole ball mount base off, and if you needed to switch from a 2-inch ball to a 2 5/16, that is an option for you. So some main perks of this ball mount system is it's lightweight, it's easy to adjust, and that greaseless cap. That way you don't have to lubricate your ball mount. You just have this cap which is very helpful for those towing trips. So with that being said, hopefully this video was helpful for just seeing how that process would be for your truck specifically, and the distances as well as the heights that you might consider when you have this ball mount on. If you measure from the center to the hitch pin hole to the end of the ball mount, we saw it's the closest in point. This sits at 10 inches away, so it is pretty compact as well, and helpful for when you need to tow something really heavy, but you don't want a ball mount that is heavy in and of itself. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at any point. I'd love to make sure that you get the right ball mount for you, your trucks, and your trailering needs. But what you saw today was the Andersen Hitches Rapid Hitch 2-ball aluminum ball mount with the greaseless cap, and you saw on a 2017 Chevrolet Silverado 2500.